go. Here I am, completely makeupless. Do you know there's people that walk around town like this? Why would you do that? Why do you think you would go out with all your blemishes and darks? Look at that. See, makeup is our friend. So I want to take you through what I do every single morning. This is what I do every single morning. And I've got some gorgeous products. Now, everything I'm using here is from Nutrimedics. And this stuff, amazing. Amazing. So I'm going to whip you through all the stuff I do. So I start off like this, right? Bit of a moisturiser. There we go, right? Don't want to get dried out, dropped off. But we've got all sorts of stuff that needs fixing. So much stuff. Now, I start my makeup every single day with my eyes. Because, I don't know why, but a friend of mine is a makeup artist and she said this is the way to go. So what I do is, this is an eyeshadow primer, and I'm a big fan of eyeshadow primers. I really, really like it because it makes your eyeshadow stay on all day. Now, if I'm going to do my makeup, I have not got time to be retouching and faffing around. So you just blob a little bit of that on there. It's very gorgeous, this primer. And then just get your finger in there and just give him a wee blob. Now let him dry. Just then let him just sort of dry. So while he's still, you know, don't want him too dry, look at that. And then, and you want to get him, or wherever you're going to put your eyeshadow, you want him. And what happens is it works kind of like an adhesive and a prep, and it means that the eyeshadow glides on, and it also means it stays on. Because I see women, and by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, their makeup has fallen off. And they say, oh, I don't know why. It's like, because you're not using the right stuff. Now, these products, when you buy these, you think, oh, really? I just don't need this. This is just silly, Lisa. But do you know what? It makes all the difference. And so buying something like an eyeshadow primer, which is not going to cost you very much, it's going to last for ages because you're using the tiniest wee bit, but it's going to make a massive difference to the entirety of your makeup. Now, gorgeous eyeshadow. Beautiful eyeshadow palette. I like a good neutral. See him? Neutral. So we've got a little bit of silver. We've got a little bit of... Now, black eyeshadow is a must, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Then we go right down to these pearly pretty. So we've got a warm brown in the middle. This is the perfect... I can't remember what he's called, but you must have him. Whatever he's called. He's just called Nude. He's the Nude palette. Look, oh, look, I should have read that. Nude. It's upside down. Nude. Back to front. There we go. The Nude palette. It's beautiful. So you need a good nudie palette that's going to have all of these things in. Now, if you've had your eyeshadow since 1979, it's probably time to update them. I don't know why people do that. I really don't know why. Now, then what I like to do is I get a fluffy brush, a fluffy soft one. And you want to get in this crease here. See this bone? You've got this bony bit in here. And you want to start in there with a wee bit of a warm brown. And just get in here, see? Just get in here. And what happens is the warm brown. Now, I have blue eyes. See? Bright blue. So when I put a warm brown in here, my eyes pop out of my head. Now, you just want to put a little bit in this corner. Right? Little bit in this corner. And then just keep blending. And just go round and round the little rainbow there of that bone. Round and round and round. Round and round and round. Until it all blends, right? Because you don't want eyeshadow skid marks. You don't want to be able to see where your colour stops and another one starts. You just want to go round and around and around and around. Right? Lovely. Now get right in there and give that a really good blend. Don't push hard. Just gently, 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 right? And then I sweep up here and get rid of it, because you don't want eyeshadow that's fallen way out here and it'll look like you've got droopy eyes, right? So you want to push your eyeshadow up here, just like that. We'll do that again with a bit of, once we get to the concealer-y bit. Now, the nice thing about doing your eyeshadow first is if stuff falls down on here, which it doesn't, because this, what I'm using is all very good quality. But if you had nasty, nasty, cheap eyeshadows, what happens is they're all flaky and they all flake and they fall everywhere and you end up with it all over the place, and it's just awful. So we've got a little bit of brown, just see, look at that. Now, this is just a bit of every day. I'm not talking here about going out on the town. I'm talking about a bit of every day. Now, what the brown does is, see, it lifts up here. So it makes me look like my eyebrows are higher, and it makes me look less old and saggy. So just come up. So you want to come up. You can't even see my eyelashes yet because they've got no mascara on them. You want to come up just slightly above where those eyelashes, just where those eyelashes will sit once they've got all their mascara on and they are looking absolutely fabulous, right? Then what I like to do is I like to get a little bit of a good cream, a light colour, because you want a light colour in the corner here. You want a light colour in here. So I'm using number 1 in the nude palette here, and I'm getting right in here, right, to get that cream happening. Gorgeous. because you want lightness on the insides. It makes your eyes look wider apart, and it makes you look awake, and it makes you look gorgeous. So that's what we're doing in there. Little bit in there, right, to get that happening. Bung that white in there, see, just bung that in there. Do both sides, there we go. Do both sides. Then you want a little bit of the white colour up the top here. Now, not heaps, just a wee bit. Just give them a wee blend like that. Just a wee bit. You don't want a big white tide line, but you do want a little bit of highlight up underneath your brows, and I'll show you what we're going to do up there in a wee moment. Now, you will find lots of videos on the internet on how to do your makeup, but the problem is they're all made by 11-year-olds, and you don't have an 11-year-old face, probably, right, like me. So when you've got things fall down. What happens when we start out our life is our face is a triangle, right? So it's wide here, and it ends up a triangle, and all this falls down. Now I'm going to teach you how to get rid of this in a minute with a very cool contouring product. So once we've done all that, that's easy, right? So we've got a little bit of cream in here. We've got a little bit of brown up here. Now, I'm not a huge fan of pencils, because the reason I'm not a huge fan of pencils is that you can end up looking like a colouring in book with an outline, and I don't like that. So then what I like to do is I like to get a darker brown colour. I'm using number 11, and just get in this wee corner, right? Just see in here. Just get in there. And then you want to do a little V. So you're going to do a little V. See, in there and in there. Look at that. So if you remember from school, remember the greater than and the less than sign. Now by getting in there, it just adds a little bit of definition to the corner of that eye. So we better do the other side. So this side here, I think he's less than. I can't remember. There we go. So a little bit of a V, right? Easy. And then we're going to sweep back up again so that gets rid of anything that's fallen down there. And this is quick, right? This is not a special occasion. This is my everyday stuff. Then we're going to get our fluffy fat fella that we had before with our lovely warm brown, and we're just going to re-blend over the top so we don't end up with any joins, because we don't want joins, you see. We don't want joins. There we go. Look at that. Now you can't blend enough because you get these funny wee marks. If you go around a wee circle, they'll all come out. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Now, I also then like to use these little angle brushes. Beautiful little angled men. I like them. And I like to lick them. And I can. Because I can do what I want. Because this is my face, my brush. Do what I want. If you're doing someone else's makeup, don't lick it. I think that's gross. Don't lick it. They will think you're gross. Right? The only people you're allowed to lick a cloth and wipe your children's face, because that's what my mother did my whole life. Now, a little tiny bit of black. Now, what I'm talking about here is I'm talking about just a tiny wee bit, right? Now, you can use water. You could use water, or you could use a toner if you're being posh. But see, I just quite like to use my finger. And sometimes it helps if you stretch this out because it's a bit wrinkly. And just run that brush along there. And what it does is it defines your lash line, and it makes your lashes look fuller and more gorgeous, because you're just getting a little bit of eyeshadow in between those lashes, which is all very smart. Now, we're going to do underneath later. We're going to worry about that in a minute because we haven't got our makeup on. So that's the start, the face makeup, I mean. That is the start of your eye. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get a concealer. Now, concealer is our friend. Where's my concealer gone? I've lost him. Oh, here he is. This guy is beautiful. He's got a pencil. Look, I mean a paintbrush. It's not a pencil. Look at that. Look at that. Get in there. Get in there. Get rid of those bags. Look at that. Big, fat shopping bags under your eyes. Now, you just wind him up and you get more and more and more. And he's just delicious. So you want to get right in there. Right in there. Now, if that's not enough and you need some heavy duty, you can get corrective concealers and corrective palettes. And these are very cool. Now, when you buy them, you think, what is this going to do? Why have I got all these colours? Now, the trick is that when you use a peachy colour, if you use a peachy colour under your eye, it actually lightens. See this, you think, oh, Lisa, you've gone mad. But you know what? This is the go. This is go. And anything red, you see, you can put a bit of green on there or a little bit. You just want to get rid of any tones. Look at that. Look at that. Now, this is going to all blend out. You just have no idea how gorgeous I'm going to end up in a wee moment. So we're just going to get all that up in here. It's just gorgeous, see? So I get it in with a brush and then I give it a wee rub with the finger. I like to use my ring finger because you don't have as much control over him. Look at that. Gorgeous. See? So that's got rid of that bag. Can you see there? Whereas this one's all still blue. Now the reason you put the orange on, the orangey colour, is it's the opposite on the colour wheel to blue, and that's what you get, those bluey grey bags. And so the orange negates the blue. Look, this is a bloody science lesson, this is. See? There we go. Now you've also got a green, and the green's really clever as well. So the green's very good if you've got really red cheeks or you've got little bits of red. See, I'm way too old for pimples, like way too old. Guess what? I still get them. Don't know what that's about. That's just mean, isn't it? So a little bit of green, just get rid of that. Look at that. Gorgeous, right? Look at that. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to put the Flawless Air. Flawless Air. This is the lightest, most gorgeous foundation. I'm completely in love with this. And he's got, oh look, he's just delicious. And he's got a lovely wee dropper. And I really, really like him. Now I'm using beige. I'm always a bit beige with my face. My face is a little bit boring. I'm never terribly interesting. I'm one step up from ivory, one down from a bit of a coffee or a Java, you know. Now, a makeup brush. This one here, I really like him. So he's a wee bit pointy. And put it on your hand and then just get in there. Now, I like to start in the middle and work out because you don't want a big mark around here. That's not what we're after. So what we want is to start in the middle, right, in here, and get all the way out. Yeah. And you've got to get, these brushes are really good because they're a bit short and stubby. And so what happens is you can actually get stuck in there and get into, because sometimes after a few years, your face turns into stucco. And you got to get, and you got to get in there, right? So get in the middle there. Oh, this makes me so happy because you just instantly start to go, shit, this is gorgeous. Look, and then get up in here, round and round, get up on that. I have a very big forehead. I need extra amounts of foundation every year because of the size of my forehead. It takes up so much foundation. It's very uneconomical to have a big forehead. See? And so then you're going to blend, 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 blend. So you're going to go all the way out to here, right? If you've got short hair, get in there so it's in your hairline, right? Blend, 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 blend. All the way around here, all the way around here, right? Blend it all, blending, blending, gorgeous, blending, gorgeous. Look, this is so light and it's really beautiful and it feels really weightless and it wears really well. Now then just get under here and get a little bit happening under here so that your face looks like it's joined your neck. You don't want to have your makeup finish and your neck starts in a sudden stop because that would just be a little bit too ugly, wouldn't it? Now I want to show you, get right into all those nosely bits. Look at that, gorgeous, gorgeous. Right, we got really out here, we have. Right, then what we're going to do is we are going to use a contour. Now this is amazing, I love this. Where's my brush? Here we go. So contour, this will change your life. If you're feeling a bit fat, look, see here? You want to go like this, dot, 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 dot. You can use this. This is the dark version. So you're going to get in here and you're going to go dot, 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 dot. And I actually quite like to do a bit of a 3. So you're going to go in and around here. See in here, dot, 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 dot. Just like that. It's a bit odd. It's a little bit odd. And then we're going to go up into here. And you can get rid of, see my forehead's very wide. So I can tame that forehead down by getting in here. Right, get in there, get down in there, look at that. Now you can also get in along here. Get in underneath there. And this just takes off those fat corners, right? You can put a little under there. You can actually shorten your nose. You can make your nose skinnier. You can paint down here and you can actually make your nose skinnier by putting a dark colour and then a highlight down the top. It's unbelievable. Now then what you want is a blendy brush, a little short fatty, and you want to get in there and blend and blend and blend because you don't want tiger stripes on your face. So you blend and 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 blend. You cannot do enough of this blending. And this is where good brushes come in. See, look. Right, it's starting to come together. Get rid of the tiger stripes up there, Lisa. Look at that. Look at that. That is starting to come together. Now, then we want a little bit of blush. A little bit of blush. And do you know New Zealand women do not wear enough blush? You're all going, oh, I don't need blush, I don't like blush. Right? And then you smile and see these little apply bits. You just want a little bit of colour on here. That might be a bit much, Lisa. No, that's fine. Right, there we go. See, a little bit of colour. and you look like you've eaten your veggies, right? Gorgeous. Now you get a big fluffy brush and just blend them all around, right? Blendy, 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 right? Because you want to look gorgeous. Look at that. Just a little bit of blendy, blendy. Now, because I'm feeling a bit tired, I think I want more under here. I think I'm after a bit more of my concealer under here, just to lighten things up, right? Because some days you wake up and you think, there is not enough concealer in the world right now, Lisa. Look at that, just do that. And it's a really good touch-up tool, that, as well, during the day. So that's a really nice touch-up tool. The other tool that is absolutely genius is this DD Cream Corrector. Unbelievable. Little cream corrector and a mirror. See that? So this is so good. I keep this in my handbag and I'm like, oh, good. And I get a bit red in there and I think, oh, right, we'll get rid of that, right? Pat that on before I put my lipstick on. I think just tidy that up, right? Tidy all that up. Look at that. Really is just quite phenomenal. Now we get to the eyebrows. Now I do love eyebrows, and a lot of you don't know what to do with your eyebrows and you get really freaked out about eyebrows. Now, the geniuses in Nutrimedics, look at this, stencils. These are little stencils. Now, don't use that one. Subtle is just a rainbow. We don't like him. What we do really like is you want to go from wider into thinner. And then you put this on and you can see the shape. It's really clever. So you can put this on and you can go, oh yes, right, oh yes. And you put them on, right? Now that is very good. And then you hold them on like this. You just hold them on and you get your wee brush and you put a little bit of colour in here. Right, and you just fill in the gaps. It's really clever. This might be a wee bit dark for me. And then you can go all the way out to the end and it gives you a shape, right? Now that's not the end, but it gives you that lovely arch, right? So then you can carry on and he is just beautiful. So eyeshadows are they're not eyeshadows, they're eyebrow shadows. So they're a really good idea. You want to get in the middle here. Your eyebrow should start inside your nose. So when you hold your brush up, it should actually start in here, right? And it should go out all the way out to here. Now see how that's a bit short? This one's a bit short too. So if I go out to here, see, I'm a wee bit short. So what you want to do is just get a little bit of an extension going on there. Now there are really good pencils as well. This is beautiful, this pencil. I really like it. And that will help you get all the way out to the sides. So you can use a pencil. I quite like the pencils because you can get really exact. So you want to go up and then down. And then we want to get it in there and we just want to feather in here. Just little gentle feathery sticks because you don't want to look like, you know, you got your eyebrows from Nike. That's not a good idea. See, so we just do feather, 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 feather. Now this one's a wee bit lighter. So, and sometimes if I'm going out at night, I quite like a heavier brow. And other times if I'm just whipping around town, I quite like a lighter one. See, so that is just two different ways of doing brows. This one's slightly darker. Quite like him. I'm going to do a bit more of him because I like that. So we just get, and it's good to get that darkness. What you want to do is draw a line from here to here and then build up here and then down again because you can create an arch that isn't actually there. And that's where the stencils are so genius. And do you know what? I've had a woman say to me, she saw these and she was like, oh, they didn't do the other side. I'm like, you turn it over. Right? Imagine you turn it over. See? And then so that gives you a clue of where it starts and how far out it goes. And see, I've got a missing piece in the middle here. So I can just use that stencil. It's like paint by numbers. It's very smart. Now, after you've done that, so you don't end up looking a little bit too odd, get a brush and give them a really good brush because it just blends everything in so that it doesn't look quite so peculiar like you've drawn on your face. All right? We don't want to be looking peculiar. We want that to be looking quite smart. So we just get a little bit more colour going on in there and a little bit in there. I could spend hours on my eyebrows. I have teenage daughters whose eyebrows are actually the most important things in their entire lives, which is kind of just hilarious, really. It's hilarious. So that eyebrow product is really, really lovely. Look at that. Look at that. Looking so much smarter all the time. So we've done our blending, right? We're looking quite smart. We've got cheekbones. Look. We can use a highlighter if we want to, right? I'm not a huge fan on highlighter because I'm like, you know what? I don't think I need to look like I've got a strobe light happening on my face. Then what I really like to do is I go back to my eyeshadow palette and I get a dark brown and I just go underneath my eye. And that just defines under there. It just defines it. So it's not like a pencil that's going to be a really harsh line, because when you've got wrinkles, the pencils skim over the gap sometimes and you end up with little ugly drawings. See, so a little pencil just running along there is a really, really nice touch. And then if you want to, you can get a really light colour and just get on the inside there underneath with a little bit of light in here, little tiny bit of light, and you'll be very gorgeous in here. See, just adds a little bit of interest, and it makes people look at the center of your eyes in here, and that's where you want them to look at me. Now then we get to my favorite bit, is the mascara, right? Mascara, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is the 4-in-1 ultimate mascara. It is beautiful. Now just get into that bottom lash right in by your, and zigzag out, right? And then get right in here and zigzag out. Zigzag, zigzag, see? You just do a wee zigzag. Now don't do what my mother used to do, where you should get your mascara tube and go, right? It doesn't make it work any better. It just pumps air in and it dries out. So don't do that. Make sure, see this wee end here, see it's got a wee, just poke that back in, because that'll end up on your skin and it'll be ugly. And then you'll have this big blob of mascara and you won't know why, and it'll be really ugly. So look, I could just keep going with mascara all day and all night because it makes me so happy. Right, look at that. And then get these bottom lashes done. Now, if you're really tired, avoid bottom mascara because it will drag your eye down. But if you're feeling very special, get amongst it because it's really fun. Isn't that fun? Look at that. Look, so we go zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. Zigzag, zigzag. I really like that. All the way up, right? Get in there. Get in there. And it's not that hard, right? It's not that hard. So I've used an eyeshadow primer. I've used eyeshadow. A lot of women are so scared of eyeshadow. I don't understand why you're so scared. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of eye colour. I really like eyeshadow. So I think shadow should be a tone and a shadow. So get the nude palette and just use those nude tones, because what eyeshadow does when you use it properly is it lifts up these bones and it makes you look like your face is firmer and higher and it's not as saggy, and that is a very good thing. Look at that, look at that, that makes me really happy. Right, and now for my really favourite bit, the really favourite bit. This is the Artist Intense. I love this one. It's called Tulip. And you know, tulips are my favourite flower in the whole world. Now, what I like to do is, where's my foundation brush? I get my foundation brush and just go round. Just go around here. And then a little bit of powder. Just to get it all to stay first. I can't be bothered with lip liners. I don't like them because if they don't match perfectly, you look like you've coloured in your lips and it's bloody ugly when the outline's different than the inside. I'm a real fan of really strong lipsticks, and I'm absolutely in love with these Artist Intense because they stick, man, and they stay on. People say, oh, how do you get your lipstick to stay on? It's like, don't buy stupid glossy lipstick that slides all over your face and ends up on your cup of tea and, oh, it goes everywhere, right? And you kiss your cat and it's no good. So you want a really intense lipstick. Now, this is just gorgeous. So in the middle, get the Cupid's bow, go, See? You're actually making a little love heart. Do you like that? Little love heart. That's what you're making. And then go out. And out. Oh my God, I love this colour. It is so beautiful. And then, and it's so creamy. And it doesn't lie. It's intense, baby. Look at that. Beautiful, right? So a good strong lip and a bit of definition around the eye, a bit of an eyebrow. Boom. check that out. It's not even hard. It's not even hard. Now, if you're going to start from scratch, say you're a makeup virgin, say you just don't even know what to do and you're a makeup virgin, what I suggest you start with is a concealer wand, something that you can get in here and fix these little bloody tidy circles. And there's just not enough in the world. You can just keep going. Just keep going, man. Just get in there anytime. And just do that. Every time you go to the loo, just go and check that those bags haven't run away on you. Right? Get into that. Start with that. Get your eyebrows sorted, right? Whether that's about getting them shaped, whether that's about a bit of colour, right? Do that. And then get a really cool eyeshadow palette and get something nice and neutral. Something lovely and neutral so that you've got really neutral tones. Now, you've got neutral mauves in here. So if you're wearing something mauvey, you could go slightly mauvier, right? If you've got brown eyes, mauve is killer. So if you've got brown eyes, I would put this colour, number 9, or actually number 8, into here. I would use that first one to get, if you've got brown eyes. If you've got blue eyes, you want to use browns because the brown is kind of close enough to orange, which means your eyes pop out. If you have blue eyes and you use blue eyeshadow, you just look like you have 2 blue blobs in the middle of your face, and that is not friendly for anybody, right? Now then you want a really good, so we've got the concealer. So I think concealer is vital, mascara is vital, right? They're the 2 things, and I think eyebrows is vital. And you can live just alone. Then I want you to go and look for a makeup palette, right? I want you to get eyeshadow palette, I mean. Think about the eyeshadow palette. Think about a really beautiful foundation, because a lot of women don't even wear foundation. They just maybe wear a bit of powder, but go and try the Flawless here because he's yummy. So go for something light that feels nice. Get a sample, get them to put it on your skin and see how you feel a couple of hours later. Because sometimes you put makeup on, you think, oh, it feels a bit weird, right? And then I want you to get some really good makeup brushes because they will change your life, and it means that you can get in here and you can do all the blending that you need to do and get everything sorted. So how about that? So easy. So they are all the things you need to be doing. My favourite product, I'm absolutely in love with. And there's a difference between the products you have, like you use in the bathroom at home, and the products you carry with you. So this DD Cream Corrector, amazing. He's the one with the wee mirror in the lid. Beautiful for on the go. So if you're looking for something on the go, I would carry an eyebrow pencil for tidying up these, and I would carry a bit of a concealer and your lipstick. So the one I'm wearing is Tulip. I'm so in love with this. And my other favourite one is Tea Rose. Now, Tea Rose is a little bit more kind of normal pink. It's not like fluorescent tulip like this baby, but I love it. I love a bold lip, right? I absolutely love a bold lip. And get one like these ones that stay on, all right? Go with one that stays on. So there you go. How easy is that? Now, that's what I do every morning. Every morning. So get up, start with your rainbow, right? Bit of brown in here. Easy. You could watch this and do it at home. Post your questions. I'd love to hear. All right? Any questions you've got, let me know. Easy. How easy is that? So much better than before. I love makeup. Right, look gorgeous. Be happy. See you soon. Bye.